So this is data you might collect for a collision on Logger Pro. And then the hard part is for you to decipher this, but remember what we know about velocity and time. This was the velocity increasing, so probably my hand pushing and sliding, applying force, accelerating the cart. But then when I actually just let the cart glide, you can see that each cart was, consistently gliding with a constant velocity. These velocities before impact are important, and these velocities after impact are very important. Remember, in the bottom left, when I hover my cursor, I can see the coordinate in the bottom left of the screen. So hover your cursor and figure out what is the velocity just before impact. Okay, this is one of my cart's velocities before impact. If I look at the y coordinate, and then same thing with this red line. Now make sure you know which line corresponds to which cart. And also, because you have motion sensors facing opposite directions, they're facing inwards, you have to figure out which one of these velocities cannot be positive. You can't have two positive velocities before impact. That would mean they're traveling in the same direction. Before you get started on any of this, I should have mentioned one quick thing. I don't really need this extra graph, so just click it and then delete it. If you hit backspace, you can delete it. We really want velocity time data, so expanding this, I can really analyze this. Just a quick note that this is for specifically this bounce collision. So your data will not always look identical, but if you look at this diagram here, you can see that this was a bounce collision where I have the cart on the left and right both moving towards each other like a head-on collision. So from this Logger Pro data, I can get velocities before and after impact. This crazy change in velocity is the impact, and we're going to talk about that in our next topic, but not right now. We're really concerned with before and after the collision. And again, this stuff prior is kind of garbage, and this stuff after is kind of irrelevant. Once I have my velocity, if I can figure out the mass of the carts, which is very easy to do, we have a scale, mass and velocity, I should be able to figure out momentum for each cart prior and calculate it, and then repeat all those calculations after the collision, and I should be able to figure out the total momentum afterwards.